We can Photoshop it out.
Believe in hard work or luck or a combination?
I think the circumstance that you're put in is definitely luck, because I don't think we have control over it. Whether we like to accept it or not, why A person is born in a place and B person is born in another place, there's no answer to that. We don't have an answer to that. But I do feel like life is somewhat like poker. I mean, it doesn't matter what cards you're handed, you're going to have to play your best. So I feel like that's what I'm trying to do all along.
When is the first you thought that this is it, that's for me, this is the way I'm going to take this as a career? Or was that accidental?
So when I was really young, I always wanted to be an actor. But then, it seems a bit kiddish, because most people want to become an actor or a doctor or an engineer, because these are like the most obvious, things that one wants to do. But in my case, I did a theatre workshop for a year, which actually made me realize that I was working for 11 to 12 hours, and then I was studying in the day, but I wasn't getting tired. It was simply because I was doing something I really enjoyed.
Wow.
So I discovered at a very young age that this is something I'm doing, and I can keep working hard at it, and I don't get food, I don't get sleep, it doesn't matter to me. This is what I really want to do. And then of course opportunities came my way, and things went on. So, but yeah, I think I was lucky to realize it young.
Your upbringing has been in
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Which part of Mumbai are you from?
I am from Andheri.
I'm from Andheri also.
Oh, lovely. Lokanwala. I am from Lokanwala too.
Okay. I grew up at Versova,
Okay.
at picnic cottages, but we left 45 years ago.
Wow.
But still had a house until 3 years. I decided, no, I think we can't go back and live there.
Yeah.
Nightmare at traffic to go in and come out. And
We are still stuck at 4 bungalows and 7 bungalows, so yeah,
Right.
not moved much.
So how has life changed after Bahubali?
Definitely a global audience has looked up to Indian cinema a lot more seriously and a lot more with a keen eye, because they are looking at Indian content as something that is giving them maybe a more rooted experience, because I think Indian stories have largely had some or the other influence which has been either of the West, or we've had this thing of having to ape the West a bit. But I feel like now when we're telling stories which are really rooted, we're seeing a very different kind of response. We're seeing people reacting on a mass level. So I feel like definitely films like Bahubali, more people want to make because of its mass appeal. So that comes from telling authentic stories which are rooted to our culture.
And tell them well.
Tell them well, for sure.
The canvas they've drawn is so big.
Yeah.
Very hard to make a second one like that, but I'm glad somebody's done that.
I think
It just set a new trend.
the idea is to just tell stories which are based on human emotions in a culturally rooted way.
Right.
I think that's when you don't go wrong, because essentially human beings are the same everywhere.
Yeah.
So if there are stories which are based on very strong human emotions, they tend to connect.
Next 5 years, what are you looking at? Is there anything you have in mind?
Definitely. I think for me, largely, my career till now has been a lot of success in commercial cinema in the South. But I am very much focused to do a lot of work, not just in Hindi films, but in every other language, because I feel like sometimes when you do a lot of different languages, it kind of reaches out to a very large audience. And in Hindi right now, I have a film called Bubbly Bouncer that's coming out on the 23rd of September.
Okay.
That comes on Disney Plus Hotstar, so it's an OTT release. It's with Madhur Bhandarkar sir, who's made a lot of female-centric films that have been very
Fashion.
powerful. Yeah. So Bubbly Bouncer is about a female bouncer, which I think is a really novel concept, because we don't have the idea of bouncers being female. It's a very male-centric job. But I think finally being part of cinema and playing characters which are different. Like the next thing I have is a show called G Kada, which showcases friendships which are from school time. They're very different friendships, the one that you have when you're kids and then you grow up with them, versus people who just about meet. So in Mumbai, and you're from Mumbai, so it's the Mumbai you might remember. And you might relate to it a lot, because it's a lot of Mumbai life. So I play a Sobo girl, and the entire friend circle that I have, which is primarily from school times.
Excellent, excellent. I'm still trying to digest the fact that they're so grounded and down to earth.
That's the only one
that
way
is-
to be, right? Like, where are we going to take this and go?
And I think every answer you gave showed a lot about your personality, which makes us very proud. Extra proud because I'm also from Mumbai and I'm also
Yes, from
four
Lokhandwala.
Bangalows. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really
Pleasure
appreciate
meeting
it.
you. Pleasure
Same here.
meeting you.